Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. Today we are here to talk about the incredible, amazing place that you can find in almost every city on earth, the library. So my name is Melanie and I've been tagged by the super nice Michael to do this video about library and supporting our local libraries. So let's get into it right away. So first question is, when did you first get your first library card, or when did you first go to the library? I can't really remember because I think my mom made me a member very early in my life. I always used to devour books, and it's way cheaper to be part of your local library than to buy every single book, especially when you're a kid and they're super short and you go through them very quickly. So yeah, probably 5 or 6. I remember though that every single Saturday we'll go to the library with my mom and my sister, and we will look for books, and we'll have like a huge pile of books that my mom would carry around. And yeah, the library has always been a very special place for me, and I can remember that from very early in my life. Sorry for the noise. Second question, how often do you go to the library? Not regularly, like I don't go every Saturday or anything because I don't have a strict routine, but I check books online to see if they have it or not, and I try to go through filters to look if they have any book in English or anything, and I maybe go once a month or something, and I usually reserve the books before, so I'm sure they are there when I actually go. I'm fortunate enough to living in a big city where we have 6 or 7 different libraries, so I can always check different places, and I oftenly manage to find the books I'm looking for available right away in one of those libraries. So that's for where I'm living, Marseille. But I also have a membership to the Northern Ireland library because my ex is from there and I still have access to his membership. So I have it on my Libby app. That's what I use on my Libby, the Northern Irish Library. And there I get audiobooks and ebooks, and they have quite a wide range of books. They don't have a lot of American titles, but they have a lot of English titles. So yeah, I usually check if they have the book I'm interested in over there. Have you ever had a late book or lost a book? I don't remember losing a book. I remember like very young, like looking everywhere, where did we put that library book, and like not finding it for a week or so, but never losing it completely. And as for late, when I was younger, I tried not to be late at all because that was I was very on the point to be on time. But now I'm a bit more lenient, and I'm usually 1 or 2 days late, or 3 days. That doesn't really count in my library. Like I can be like 3-4 days late without any big consequences. So yeah. But on the app though, I usually return them way early, like as soon as I'm finished. What's your favorite thing about the library? For me, I love going to the library to browse around for cooking books. I'm vegetarian, leaning on vegan, so I love having all those books available to me to find the perfect recipe for me. And if I had to buy all of those cooking books, that would be awful, and that would be like too much money going through that. So I just love to go there and find new recipes and then try them at home, and then I have them with me, and I can just return the book back and it can be used by someone else. I love that aspect of the library, that we get to share knowledge together. And I'm a yoga teacher as well, so I go there for that, to find new sequences or new poses or meaning behind the poses, because I can't buy all the books about yoga. Even though it happens to me a few times that I loved a book that I found in the library, so I ended up buying it in the end because then I use it very often and I need it with me all the time. but that aspect of the technical books, like if I want to learn to do something with computer or I don't know, painting or whatever, I can just go to the library and have that knowledge available to me, and in a very pedagogic way, explained to me in a very pedagogic way. Is that the way you say it? Are you a browser, or do you plan what you're gonna get? I really plan what I'm gonna get there. I research it online before, I'd see when it's available, and right before going I'd still check if it's still there, because I don't want to make the trip for nothing. But once I gathered all the books I know I want to check out, I then browse around and look for the librarian recommendation or look for the new arrival, especially in the original version. That's where I found all the books in English. Then I have a look around, and I look at the author I know the name of and see what they have available. That's how I found Vicious by V.H. Schwab. I just checked it out. I didn't even realize they had this in my library, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna check if they have any Sanderson, of course, or Sapkowski. And then I saw V.H. Schwab. I was like, yeah, I wanted to read that for so long. I didn't even thought of my library having it in English. So yeah, that's one of the perks of browsing. What is the best book you've read from the library? I don't really remember stuff that way, like, oh, I love this book and I remember picking it up from the library. But probably when I was younger, Harry Potter, I remember checking out the audiobook for the Chamber of Secrets and like having it in a loop for 3 weeks in my house. But I would say nowadays with the Libby app, having access to a lot of audiobooks through Libby, I really liked the Raven Boys, the Raven Cycle books I've read last year, and I just finished a reread of Harry Potter on the audiobook, thanks to the Libby app as well, and I loved it still. Have you ever taken the same book out multiple times? We have this thing where we can, if we haven't finished the book in the 3 weeks we rented it, we can add up 3 more weeks. So I usually do, because I lack of time of reading everything, and so that's what I use. But constantly picking up the same book, I don't really remember. I moved around a lot this past 10 years, so that really hasn't happened to me. Like, it's not like I'm going to the same library since forever and then I just pick up the books I love again and again. But because I move around a lot, I just go to different libraries and I don't find the same books everywhere. Does that make sense? I hope so. So that's my answer. Have you ever read a good book set in a library? Yes, a long time ago I've read L'ombre du vent by Carlos Torres Zafron. I think it's The Shadow of the Wind in English. And it's set in Barcelona in Spain, and it has that library feeling. The main character is the owner of a bookstore, and he goes to huge underground secret library where they have all of the books in there. So yeah, that's one of that has that feeling that I really liked, and I recommend you check out. Yeah. Have you used your library ebooks and audiobooks option? Of course. Well, not for the French, because they don't have that option yet. You can check out ebooks, but then you have to have software on your computer to be able to read the books, and it's complicated, and they don't have a lot of titles, so I don't really use it. But through my Libby app, through the Northern Irish Library, I do that, and all the time. I always have 1 or 2 audiobooks check out from the library, because I know it's gonna run out at the end of 1 year, and I'm not gonna call my ex, hey, can you please renew your membership? Is that TMI? I don't know. But yeah, so I always have 1 or 2 audiobooks on the go on the Libby app, and not really ebooks, not a lot of the time. Which is the best library you've been into? So I have to think a minute of all the library I've been a member of. Of course, the best library I've been into is Trinity College in Dublin. I mean, up with the picture there, it's like the dreamy like library, but I don't really know if you can check out any books anymore. Anyway, the best library I've been a member of is in Bordeaux. It's another French city, and I love the library there because they had a huge section of original version English book, and they have all the newest title, all the bestseller and stuff. It was wonderful. I was astonished every single time that I went there. I was like, oh, they got that book? Oh, they got that book? And I loved it. You had Wi-Fi everywhere in the library. The librarians were very helpful and very nice. They had a lot of audiobook as well, so I love that. I love that library for the wide range of books they had available, and mangas and graphic novels and so many things. I loved it. And last question, what would make you use your library more? 1, get Libby or Overdrive or something for the French library. Please, we need it. It will help so many people to actually read more in France, and that would be awesome. 2, Marseille, why don't you have Wi-Fi in your library? Like, you go there, they have plenty of tables to actually work on, like if you're a student or something. They don't have Wi-Fi, they don't have proper Wi-Fi. What's up with that? So yeah, that's 2 things that would make me go more often to the library to actually like work on my yoga or even work for work, or yeah. And as in terms of books, if they could get more original version English books, and if it could get more audiobooks as well, that would be awesome. But yeah, other than that, they're great. Like, they have different section and atmosphere for adults, young adults, middle grade, and they do have a lot of events as well, so that's kind of good. But and what's up with not opening during the school break holidays? Like, they actually close. Most of them close during the school holidays. That's when kids are out of school and need to go somewhere to do some reading or to like do activities. Why do you close then? Okay, rant over. I actually love libraries, but that's some stuff I'm always thinking about when I go to the library. I'm like, why? Anyway, that's it for this tag, and now I'm gonna tag other people to answer those same questions. So I've wrote it all down in my little notebook. I tagged first Sarah from Septima Snape. I love your channel, Sarah. I love the way you smile all the time and you laugh, and it just every single time I watch one of your videos, it's like a little comfy feeling, and I love your videos. And I found you through Cody's Book Corner Discord app, and yeah, I would love to see you answer those questions, Sarah. You tagged. Second, I'm gonna tag Esme and Femke from Bookish Buddies. It's a channel with 2 lovely girls who are Dutch, I believe, and I love watching their videos. We have similar bookish tastes, and I think Esme is making a TBR game as well, which is a lot of fun. It's based on the game Le Jeu de Loi, it's called in French. I can't remember the name in English, but go watch her channel and tell me what you think about it. Esme and Fenke, you are tagged. And finally, Kesara from Read with Kesara. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry if I'm not. But I really like your video as well. We have kind of the same bookish tastes, especially in fantasy, and I love watching her videos about this. And I would love to see you answer those questions, so you are tagged as well. And that's it. Thank you guys again for watching. Please comment if you found anything different with Friends library or that type of stuff. I love seeing how it is in different countries and how it works. And yeah, if you want to do that tag, please do. I would love to see your answer, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!